You're now tuned into Kofi's universe, since you're just sitting on Uranus. This is the #1 YouTube channel for hip-hop culture news, informed black social issues, song reaction videos, and even comedy. So be sure to like this post, and if you haven't already subscribed, do so right about now. Razzcast.
YouTube, salute. Redman has revealed that he went celibate for more than 2 years and speaks highly about abstaining from sex. If you're new to my channel, thumbs up the video. Hit that sub button, click that bell icon to be notified when I upload new content and go live. So Redman sat down with Ambrosia for Heads, and he talked about how, him and his woman broke up for 3 or 4 years ago, and he was going through a divorce. I know that feeling. But I'm going to let y'all hear it. It's like a minute and a half, two little snippet of the full interview. You can check it out on their podcast, but let's listen to this and then I'll give you my perspective.
Instead of just saying, okay, I just quit. Because that word right there and quitting, your mind start fucking with you. You might get around other people that's still doing what you're trying to quit from. So it's not just about quitting. It's about allowing yourself to get around from the distractions of what you're trying to quit from. Like if you're trying to quit from not fucking so much, right? But your boys are constantly going to the strip club and going to the club, then you have to discipline yourself and say, okay, I can't hang around these guys no more. And if they're not willing to understand that I'm fasting from it and I want to stop it, then I can't be these guys' friends no more. My girl and I broke up maybe 3-4 years ago. I was going through such a shit divorce that lasted 7 years. That played a role in why it took so long to drop Muddy Waters as well. 7 to 8 years of straight court divorce. I had so much on my plate. And I actually fasted 2 years and a half. No fucking, no smoking.
Wow.
Straight 2 years and a half. And it was the best thing I could have ever done in my life. Celibacy, 2 years and a half, no smoking, 2 years and a half. And it was the best thing and believe me, I wanted to. I was fighting it. I was fighting. I was sweating. I was in my house going crazy because I lived alone. I live alone. So I was in my house going crazy. I was constantly talking to myself, me and God, and we just back and forth. You would think that it was people living in my house, how much I was talking to myself, but I made it. And it was the best thing I could have ever did in my life, Reggie and Jake. And it cleared out so much distractions. Now my reception is more clear now, and smoking to quit it is nothing for me now. Having no sex is nothing for me now because it was all feeding the flesh. And that's basically how the world is turning now. We're feeding the flesh. We're feeding what's good for us, which is not maybe good for the soul and spirit. So once I did that, long story short, I was able to control how I move, what I like, what is not good for me, my soul, my mind. So anyone that's trying to just cut out something indefinitely, try a fast first, and then maybe try it with some friends so you can support each other along that road instead of just saying.
All right, y'all check out the full interview when you get a chance. But I shout out to Redman. Shout out to Redman just for doing that, man. It takes a lot for you to actually fast and be celibate and, give us some stuff that, you can be addicted to. I mean, sex is human nature. We all, it's for procreation, really, not just to make, just for desire, but we're human beings. We have hormones. I remember when I was going through my divorce and I was depressed a little, so I would drink more and I put on some weight. Probably maybe like 15, 20 pounds, but you couldn't really tell because it was through the drink and all that sugar and the alcohol. So I said, I can't do this. And I noticed in the picture. So I got back to running how I usually run. I ran all that weight off. That weight came off me like within 3-4 months. And I'm like, I'm never doing that again. And I barely drink now. Like I have a drink every once in a while, but I barely drink. And I don't think I ever go back. Now being celibate from sex, I've practiced that before when I was young. When I was in the church, when I was a Christian at one point, I was just like, man, hell no. I want to just find God first. So, but where I'm at in my life now, you know, when I was single, you know, yeah, I'm like any other man. But now, you know, one woman, that's it. We trying to have a family, that's it. If I can't be with somebody, I don't need to be trying to mess around every woman. It's too much going on out here. Motherfuckers don't even have time for all that bullshit. But people just assume, you know, who wants to share DNA like that? Who wants to, you know, take on somebody's like energy? You know, it's energy, spiritual vampires and stuff like that. So you got to protect yourself. If you don't protect yourself, you know, a lot of bad stuff can happen to you. Any man that can control their, you know what, is a powerful person, because you got to think with both heads. You got to be able to control your brain to let it control your entire body. You know, women do practice this sometimes. No, I'm gonna say all women, but there's a lot of women that do this. But semen retention is imperative. We need this. You know, is you learn more about yourself and you're protected. Now, when you in a relationship or married, yeah, sex is beautiful. I'm not gonna sit here and say it's not. But if you're single, that should be the last thing on your mind. You should be worried about trying to elevate yourself physically, spiritually, mentally, emotionally. Post your comments below. Hulk smash Black Panther, the like button, subscribe to my channel. Click the bell icon to be notified when I upload new content and go live. You want to support, donate to the channel, I have Patreon, patreon.com/KofiUniverse, Venmo, Cash App, PayPal, Streamlabs, everything's in the description. Until next time, salute.